Okay, so many a time has Smallville asked me to put this particular story down for memoriam. So I'm just drunk enough tonight to do it. So here it is, Smallville for you. You'll be tagged as appropriate, but here's the story of the ass explosion. Alright, I'm going to take you all the way back to about almost 15 years ago now. The very first job I ever had was teaching at a Boy Scout camp. I was 15 years old. I taught in the Scoutcraft area. That's the knot tying, the fishing, wilderness survival, stuff like that. Well, the way the camp worked is it ran from Sunday to Saturday, and on Saturday, after all the campers left, each of the different areas of the camp would basically draw lots to see which area of the camp you had to clean up for the night. Okay? In this particular week, I don't remember which week it was out of the entire summer, but this particular week, my area drew the campsite 13 bathroom. Now, for the life of me, and it's probably just because of the alcohol, I can't remember the name of the camp. But campsites 12 and 13 were like the last two. They were like a mile away from the front gates of the camp. So, I mean, this is back in the boonies of the camp. And as such, it was so far back, it didn't get a lot of maintenance during the week in terms of cleaning. So it got all of its cleaning on the Saturday into the week clean. And this particular week, Scoutcraft area drew the 12 and 13 bathroom. So supervisor of our area is like, all right, we can piss and moan about this, or we can just hurry up, get the cleaning supplies, get back there, do the job, and just be done with it and go home. And we're all like, yeah, let's do it that way. Let's just gung-ho, get back there, and let's do it. And there's no point in postponing the inevitable, right? It was going to be the shittiest, nastiest bathroom, but, we just needed to clean it. So we go to the quartermaster's shed. We get all the cleaning supplies we need. We hop in a extra long golf cart, the kind of golf carts that have seats in the front and the back, and then the little storage area. And we haul ass for the little ride down to the back side of the campgrounds. So we get back there, and, we're driving past the other campgrounds, other people cleaning what they got to clean. Well, we get to the 1312 shower bathroom facility. It's a pretty big building. I mean, I want to say that there was a men's and a women's room because a lot of times the moms and the moms will come with the kids, or we would have female scouts at the same time. There were male scouts there, so there's some decorum. So it's this giant, I want to say it was octagonal building, split in half. Half of it was for the guys, half of it was for the girls. Well, the first thing that strikes me as wrong, my young, innocent 15-year-old perceptions, which were much more keen than mine are right now because of first thing that gets me is as we get close, the latent animal noises of nature have sort of died away as we're getting close. So I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. But, whatever. Maybe the bobcat in the woods or something. Who fucking knows? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Well, as we get closer, within a 10, 20 yards of the building, I notice an odor. Well, odor's probably not a strong enough word. I notice a stench emanating from this building. And if you've ever been at a Boy Scout camp during the summer, pretty much everything stinks because it's the summer and it's basically the wilderness. So it's going to happen. But this was like, it was raunchy. Like, it was bad. So, kind of like, well, fuck, what could that possibly be? And at the time I did say fuck because I learned how to cuss at my job at Boy Scout camp. Who would have figured, right? So, anyway, we get out of our executive-sized golf cart, as it were, and we get our cleaning gear, you know, put the gloves on, get whatever. And me, as the youngest one there, I'm elected to be the first person in to the men's side of the campsite 1213 shower bathhouse. And I walked around the corner and into the building to this day, and I've seen some shit. I mean, I've seen some shit. I've seen some things that I refer to as shit in general, and I've actually seen some shit. But I have never in my entire life seen shit like I saw that summer day 15 years ago. I walk into this bathroom, which had probably like 6 sinks with mirrors up along the walls, and then there were maybe 3 or 4 urinals, and then 3 or 4 stalls, and then the whole back wall were showers. Well, I walk around the corner into the bathroom, and I'm hit by this wave of heat and stink and all of the things that are wrong with the world. Before I even have, it doesn't even register the vision because it's just like, and I'm staggered. I start gagging immediately because just trust me, it was horrible. And then after I got a second, and I can't even really say caught my breath because I was doing one of these at this point, you know, trying to protect the vitals here, didn't want to inhale particles of shit. Because that's what I saw, okay? There was shit. Like, actual human feces everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. And I was speechless. And I am not the kind of person to be struck speechless because I always have something to say. And that really has never changed. But I had nothing. There was nothing for me. Well, the rest of my area comes in behind me, and the same thing that I did. They walk in, they gag, they were like, "Oh, my eyes, I can't see." And then they see, and they see that literally the entire bathhouse, 600 square feet, something like that. I don't know. I couldn't do math then. I can't do math now. It doesn't matter. It was literally completely covered in shit. There was shit everywhere, okay? And as we walk in, none of us can believe what we're seeing. None of us believe the amount of shit that there is on the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor, in the sinks, on the mirrors, I mean everywhere. So we're all kind of in disbelief. And me, apparently working to earn my eventual nickname, the details guy. I call myself that. Other people call me that because it's true. I pay attention to the details. I notice this first. Nobody else does. All of the poo in the room, and mind you, this is human excrement. All of the shit in the room. It was like it had a blast trail. Okay, in looking around, we could all see, and like I said, I'm not one to brag, but I noticed it first. But it was all leading to one point in the bathroom. I said there were 3 or 4 toilets. There were 3, because it was the one in the middle. It was all leading down in the trail form. It looked like there was, like I told you the name of the story is the ass, but it looked like somebody's ass exploded, if I had to guess what it was. So, of course, me being the youngest and the first person to notice it, I'm the one who gets sent in to go investigate. Okay, so Got this up for protection, because I don't know what I'm about to walk into. I have no idea what I'm about to witness. And even still to this day, it chills me. It rattles me to my core, because there's no logical explanation for that, but we'll get into potential explanations for it later. See, I'm clearly not drunk enough because I'm stumbling over words. Okay, so I walk to the middle stall, and with mop in hand, I push the door open. And there I can clearly see the shit streaks converging in the bowl of the toilet. Okay? Now, for the record, the inside of the bowl of the toilet was completely clean. Completely clean. There was nothing there. But inside the bowl, there was a little bit of water, one turd, and underneath that one normal-sized turd, 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches, normal-sized turd, it was a crumpled, balled-up pair of boxer shorts. Okay? Well, I see this, and we're gagging, we're retching, we can barely contain ourselves because it's the most disgusting thing any of us have ever had to deal with. Well, we start to clean, taking turns walking outside to puke as we needed to. The thing about all of this, okay, is there were clearly shit streaks emanating from where the toilet was. But the thing, y'all, the thing is the shit streaks continued in a very straight line pattern in ways that they shouldn't have. Like I said, the inside of the bowl itself was bereft of poo. There was no poo inside the bowl. But on the outside of the bowl, trailing down and out onto the floors in the blast pattern was shit. Up the back of the toilet in the pattern was shit. We took the top deck of the toilet off, okay? And you know what was inside the top deck of the toilet? Shit in the streaks that mathematically it should have been in, okay? On the opposite side of the walls, like in the next stalls, the streak patterns are coming up the wall like this. Well, they curled down and followed the other side down, keeping, if you were to fold the whole thing out and lay it out flat, it would have been a fucking perfect starburst pattern. Okay? I wish that I was making this up. Like, I honestly, truly wish that this was just some exaggeration on a really nasty shit I found. But it's not. The shit trails were like I said, were everywhere. Like they were folding over where they should have folded, and here's the thing, y'all. They were around the corners that theoretically a wall should have blocked. They were inside the cabinets underneath the sinks, like 10 feet away. Okay, the lines moving as they should move. They were on the other side of the showers. They were on both sides of the curtains. If there wasn't some kind of matter displacing shit explosion that would make everything fall out this way, there's only one other explanation, and that is somebody took the time in a whole bunch of shit to literally draw these patterns on the walls and everywhere, and to this day, I just thinking about it. Smallville calls it the 1,000-yard stare I get in my eyes. I don't know, but I saw something that day that was either somebody literally painting the canvas of that bathroom with theirs and possibly other people's excrement, or somebody broke through the fourth plane of existence and exploded into shit. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't even assume that I can explain it. And that, for better or worse, is the story of the ass explosion. And I've told that story a time or two. And I'll be fair, I change the wording up a little bit, and sometimes I embellish a little bit. But it's still told to this day as it was told years after it happened, because my supervisor, the leader of my area, the camp, was like, man, we can't tell people about this. We can't just talk about this willy-nilly. It just can't be done. And when you're 15 years old, you're at your first job, you're making $80 a week. A week? Yeah, food and board and all that stuff was paid for, but whatever. $80 a week, 15 years old, that's some kind of child labor. But that's not the point. The point is, y'all, ass explosion. Person with too much time on their hands? Or the worst X-Man ever? I'm not one to say. I hope you listened. I hope you listened and made fun of me for being so drunk. I got a lot of stories that I've gathered over the years, some of them involving me being drunk. It's true. Some of them, like this last one, not so much. I'm going to be posting them in a haphazard and extremely irregular manner. So, I hope that you will watch them. Yeah, that's it. My name is Justin, or Lunchbox, whichever is more convenient for you. And I've spent 90% of this video looking into my own eyes. They're very pretty eyes, I think. So, thanks for watching. And you have a marvelous evening.